keep. Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome back to Hazards and Hijinks, the live-action, interactive, fantasy tabletop role-playing improv comedy show. My name is Hero, and I am your dungeon master tonight. As you may have noticed, I have continued to keep the visage of the bear because it is Pride Month, and when it's Pride, I'm a bear. And all the other times I'm a bear, too. They're great animals. They sleep a lot. They like honey. I sleep a lot. I like honey too. So we get along. All right. Now, you are not here to hear me talk about myself. No, you are here to participate in the greatest improv comedy live action tabletop role-playing show on the internet, which happens to be this one because there are no other ones right now. So thank you for joining us. This show is the conclusion of our month-long Pride fundraiser for the Trevor Project, which is a nonprofit organization that helps LGBTQIA suicide prevention. We have raised over $100 for the organization thus far, and we are continuing that trend tonight. So if you remember what Captain Good and Plenty said about all of those donations, those hazards and hijinks, send them our way. Start that now, and we will start throwing it out our players and raising some money for an amazing cause that we are very proud to be part of. All righty-o, now that we understand what tonight is all about, let's get to my favorite part of the show, the part where I introduce our players for this evening. Now, as a tabletop role-playing celebrity, I have the great pleasure of knowing some of the most talented comedians and talented role players in all of the world. And I have for you tonight some of the very best, starting off with Sierra Segal as a Bubbles Wrathknit, the Orc Berserker. Yeah. Ooh, I love that lighting. It's great.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everyone. Happy Pride Month from Bubbles, the pansexual Orc Berserker. Bubbles just likes everybody. He's a vibe guy.
I'm a vibe guy.
Up next, someone who's never a vibe person. Put your hands together for Jessamyn Price as Mildreth Milldew, the human wizard.
I have vibes. They're just mostly like, I don't like going outside, please don't touch me vibes. You know, that's a vibe.
Yeah, that's a vibe. It doesn't pass the vibe check, but it is a vibe. Happy Pride, Mildred.
Thank you. Happy Pride, everybody.
All right. And finally, we are so proud to introduce this next player, a good friend of ours, joining the team for the very first time in their very, very first episode. Put your hands together for Brooke, Eyler as Vasilia, Cruentus, the Dhampir rogue.
You can't spell secrets that easily, darling.
Yes, I guess I can't. Never mind. Definitely an elf. Definitely not an undead monstrosity that will drain you of your blood. Just a regular old elf. Thank you very much. All right, now that we've assembled our cast together, we are ready to get this show started. And let's start, as we always do, with a hearty huzzah. And join in at home if you can. Well, I'll hear you. I don't know how I'm going to hear you, but I will hear you. 3, 2, 1, huzzah! All right. Now, let's start with Vasilia. Vas, you find yourself running through the dank corridors of the Neo Necropolis catacombs as arrows, volleys of arrows are flung by your head from the militia of undead that seem to be assaulting you. You were drawn to this place because of its just overabundance of necrotic energy. It made you feel at peace. Made you feel calm and comfortable. But now, after making a wrong turn and coming across a group of skeletons engaging in very heated political debate, they called you an infiltrator and have now begun chasing you through these corridors. What would you like to do?
God, looking about, do I see anything climbable on the walls?
I don't know. Do you?
Looking upwards, I'd say a gargoyle perched. I would like to see if I could get a handhold on it.
Yes, there is indeed several gargoyles along the catacomb ceiling. And yeah, you can with a... Well, this is just going to be a dex check for you to get it. So let's roll a d20, and we'll set the check at 12 to jump up on there.
May I use my acrobatics, perhaps?
Yes, we'll add a d6 to it. A dirty 20. All right, yes. Vasilia, you successfully jump onto the gargoyle, getting above the skeletons. And because you got a dirty 20, you were also able to hide from them. They continue to run down the corridor, unaware of your presence. You're still in incredible danger, but it is no longer immediate danger. What would you like to do now?
Gods, assuming they can't climb, I'd like to continue taking the high ground as much as possible.
All right, yes.
While I'm here, I'd also like to employ some sticky fingers. Anything look good?
Well, there are a lot of bones around, but nothing that seems valuable. You'll have to do an investigation check to take a more like direct look if you want to.
You got it, boss. Investigation it is.
All right, let's roll an investigation check. 1d20 plus 1d6. This one's really open-ended. The better you do, the better you do. 10. All right, yes. Let's roll a 1d4. Vasilia, odd or even?
Even.
Okay. Let's roll that d4.
Well, shit.
Ooh, that's an odd. Yes, you do see a shiny pendant. And as you reach for it, you pull the pendant from the skeletal remains that it was wrapped around. The skeletal remains crumbles to dust, and from the pendant, you hear a loud breaking sound. There's a black jewel inset in the center of the pendant, and when it cracks, this screaming sound erupts as 3 shadowy figures burst out of the pendant and land down on the ground. They are wraiths. These 3 wraith figures look around briefly before dissipating into the ethereal plane.
I freed you, my minions. Go forth and wreak havoc. You're very welcome.
All 3 of them come back. Who said that?
Oh, God, it must have been the wind. I'm sorry. Another guy ran down that way, down the hall.
Oh,
Just really
we were
ran.
going to reward whoever freed us. But very well, thank you for your honesty.
Of course. I'm always here to help my guys.
Very well, you recognize that we are the Wraith Ruling Council, once banished to the negative energy plane, now returned to our rightful seat. Thank you, young Dhampir.
You're so welcome, Todd. This was a great talk. I hope we can do it again soon. I'm gonna
Wraiths
go.
Look at each other. Well, funny you should mention Todd. I didn't realize you were so familiar with us. Please, why don't you join us for some blood wine?
I would love to. I'm honored that you would take me, a random citizen, into your midst. I'm quite honored.
Yes.
Yes.
Come this way. All right, let's roll a d6.
This seems fine.
1. All right, it missed you. The wraiths shoot out a bolt of necrotic energy, which you duck under. They begin just firing wildly. What do you do?
Bob and weave, bob and weave.
All right, you continue to run down the corridor, escaping from them. All right, looks like we have a donation. So let's roll a D. All right. a 5 on a D4? How did that happen? Yeah, I know. We're rolling a D4. Sorry.
I'm simply that powerful.
Oh, no worries. Am I still glitching? All right. 4. Okay, that is even. So it is a hijink. Vasilia. The pendant continues to crack. The dark gem in the center completely dissipates, but its magic imbues itself upon you, giving you enchanted weapons. Your weapons are now enchanted for the remainder of the session. They will do an additional 1d6 damage when you use them. Thank you very much, Cavo Foster, for that lovely donation. All right. As you make your way down the corridor, you see a group of dozens of skeletons coming your way. What do you do?
May I interest you in the Wraith Council?
They immediately pick up their spears and they begin running towards you. Meanwhile, back at the Broken Tankard Tavern, Bubbles is awaking against the floor and the wall, where they had been since they passed out last night. He had really gotten used to living on his own, in the sense that he had completely disregarded all of his mother's rules and just dedicated his life to partying, adventuring, and living his best berserker life. But sometimes that does come with a heavy hangover, like right now. So Bubbles, what would you like to do?
Is the bartender there?
Yes, the tavern master is, as he always is, cleaning a tankard with a rag as he looks at you with a stern look on his face.
My man. Water, please.
Water! What does that sign say? He points to a sign behind him.
It says no water for anyone on the floor.
No water for anyone on the floor. Now, why did I make that sign?
Because I'm on the floor all the time.
And?
I really like water?
No, because you vomit all over the place as soon as you get anything in your gullet.
Well, I've been thinking about getting tested for IBS. I don't know what's going on, to be honest, but right now, and I pull myself up on a stool. Look, I'm standing. Can I please have some water?
All right, let's do a constitution check. So we're going to roll a d20. It's a simple check. You just have to do 10. 14, yes. You feel a turning in your stomach as you stand up, like you're definitely gonna hurl, but you managed to stop yourself in the immediate. I got some pickle juice. I could give you that.
Salt is an electrolyte, and I grab the jar and I chug it.
All right. You begin chugging the pickle jar. Now, I won't make you roll another constitution check, but I will have us roll a d4. Odd or even?
Even.
Oh, odd. You feel your stomach start to turn again, but you don't. You stop yourself again, but you do drop the pickle jar. The pickle jar drops onto the counter of the bar. The tavern master looks as pickles shatter all over the place. Pickle brine juice flying everywhere. Pickles spinning all over the counter. He slams his big fist onto the counter. Do you realize what you've done?
I can get you a new, and I'm like backing out the door.
No, you don't. Do not move. Do not move, young man.
I stop moving.
These are very specific pickles.
What kind of pickles are they, so I can best replace them for you, sir?
These were grave pickles from the plains of blood, from the catacombs of the plains of blood, made by the unholy abominations, the undead who live in those catacombs.
I did think that the brine tasted a little funky,
Yeah,
but like in a cool way.
it's embalming fluid brine.
Totally. Is that gonna do anything weird to me?
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna
Go to the plains of blood and get me a new jar of Death Pickles.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, good, because that's what you're gonna do.
What could you like just give me a point? Like a plains of blood sort of semi-directional point.
All right. Which way is the impassable desert? Is it north or south?
South?
Oh my gosh. Oh geez. No, it's north. Go north. If you've gone to the
okay.
impassable desert, you've gone too far. But you'll know it because there's a big old plain full of blood grass.
Okay, love it. And I'm out the door.
All right. As you make your way out the door, we got another donation. So let's roll that D4. Oh, 2. That's also going to be a hijink. So as you do, you step outside and you see a small glittering bottle. It catches your attention and you go and you pick it up. It has a little note on it. It says from Ricky, and it is a magic potion. You can drink that any point during the show to restore your health or your energy points. So just hang on to that. Thank you, Ricky, for that donation.
Thank you so much, Ricky.
All right. Now, as you are making your way out, you kind of get your bearings. Luckily, there's a big map of the general area posted in the center of town. And sure enough, true to the Tavern Master's word, the Plains of Blood are just about like a couple hour ride north if you were able to get some type of riding hog or maybe catch a ride on a caravan or even a horse if you were so inclined. Oh, we got a new follow. Thanks for the new follow.
Am I gonna look around? I see the stables nearby.
Yes, you do.
I would love
Yeah.
to use my animal handling to see if any of the horses are itching to get out of their little cubicles.
All right, yes, let's roll an animal handling check. We'll set this one at 12. So a D20 plus a 1D6. Oh, we got a 21, but that's good enough. Yes, so you make your way over and you can see you immediately bond with a very large, fast looking horse. It's beautiful, jet black. Its eyes almost seem to be glowing a little red. It looks like smoldering coal. You begin petting it and responds very well to you with a good like it gestures as if you could immediately get on top of it. However, the stable boy, a small little orc, pops out. Hey, what are you doing?
Whose horse is this?
That's nobody's horse. That
Is
horse
nobody-
that horse just appeared one day in this very stable, reeking of the smell of brimstone and fire. It doesn't eat hay. Instead, we just notice rats have gone missing in the general area. And at night, I swear, that horse, it rides through my dreams because it's not a horse. That's a nightmare.
Okay, so that's not what I thought you were gonna say. Is this nightmare horse thing a problem? I would love to just take him off your
It's a nightmare
hands.
thing, a problem. He holds up his right hand, revealing he only has one finger and half a thumb. Look at what it's done to me.
Dude, can I just take him? Could I just get him out of your way?
Yeah, by all means, just take him. The fact that he hasn't bitten you in the face is insane to me.
I squish the horse's cheeks and I go like this. I'm like, that's because he's a good boy. He's a good boy. We're gonna go, good boy.
All right, you begin to take the nightmare out of the stable, and as you go out, it kicks the stable boy in the gut. Oh, come on!
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You mount your new nightmare. What are you going to name this beautiful nightmare?
I'm gonna ask him if he has a name.
Okay, yes.
Good boy.
You did
Good
roll a high
boy.
enough animal handling. So horse. He reveals, my name is Bonebreaker.
Oh my god. What a cool name. My name is Bubbles. We're alliterative. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
You're a horse.
I have been sent here for you to find Child of Wrath, so that you may continue your conquest of this realm.
Totally. And
Also, I would appreciate an apple.
well, it just so happens that we are riding right towards an apple orchard. So I give him a little left and I say, hey, can we do something cool?
Of course.
I, with my expert horse riding and animal handling skills and athletics, have him do these beautiful dolphin-like jumps to grab apples off the trees with his teeth, and we bound through the orchard very gracefully.
I love it. Let's roll an animal handling check for this. Oh, yeah. Well, it does it the first time. And then it kind of tumbles and throws you from it. As being a nightmare, it cannot eat apples.
Oh,
It can only eat flesh. But for some reason, it just really is compelled to want to eat apples. But whenever it does, it becomes violently ill, which you can relate to, as if
Yeah.
you drink anything, you also become violently ill.
yeah.
Forgive my shame, master.
I stroke the mane and I say, Bonebreaker, best buddy.
Yes.
Sometimes I get violently ill when I eat stuff. You're valid.
So you have IBS as well.
All hot people do.
I figured as much. Well, return atop me, my master, and we will continue to ride to destroy this domain.
Sick. And I do just that.
All right. And you begin riding towards the plains of blood. Meanwhile, Mildreth has been at Neo Necropolis for the better part of like 3 days. She has been overseeing the general elections for the new president of Neo Necropolis. Todd, the lonely, if you recall from our previous adventure, was the person who was acting as president while the undead elected a new representative for themselves. However, Todd had also been serving as kind of host to Mildreth as she conducted her research. Mildreth, you wake up in the catacombs. It's cold and dark and just perfect as Todd comes in. Oh, hello.
Good morning, Todd. Are you ready for the big day?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to convince people that I should continue to be president.
Well, it's not your job to convince them. It's your job to show them what it is you have to offer. And if they want that, they'll vote for that. And if they don't want that, they won't vote for that, and you're not going to win.
Yes, I do understand how democracy works.
Just checking. That's good. But I'm just saying, there's nothing to worry about. It's all about the democratic process.
Yes.
You've ensured that all of the citizens here at the Necropolis are, registered to vote, right?
I did. All of those who are interested in voting will be voting. Oh, I'm just so worried about the debates.
Did you prepare your notes? Well, that's probably why you're nervous, Tom. You gotta get your act together. You want these people to take you seriously, right?
Oh, I've just been so worried. Rumor is the three Wraith councilmen that you banished to the negative plane have returned and are advocating a return to their authoritarian dictatorship. And you know how undead like to be, told what to do. It's part of our protocol.
Well, I mean, it's just a general, if you have a living soul inside of you in one way or another, chances are you like being told what to do.
We just like direction.
Yeah.
Otherwise we just stand around aimless, decomposing.
Sure, but that's the thing, is if you leave a living entity aimless for long enough, eventually, especially the undead ones, will get bored and they'll figure out what their purpose is. And then they'll start contributing in ways that you could have never imagined before.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for putting my mind at ease.
Todd, here's the thing. I really like you, and I think that you would make a great mayor to this town. So if you wanted, I could perhaps summon a couple extra ghosts to maybe help with your rally. What do you think?
Well, I don't know if that's. I don't.
They're not going to vote because obviously they're not from the city, but they could be there at the rally to kind of hype up the crowd, right?
Okay. Well, that's just good politicking.
Exactly. You got to show people there's something worth getting excited about, or else they won't know.
All right, I'll do it. Yes, that sounds great.
Fantastic.
I also brought you some tea. It's some mushroom tea.
Oh, is this safe for living entities to drink?
I brought myself some tea. And
that does not answer my question.
I'm so sorry, I forgot that you're alive.
I mean, yeah, these days it gets harder and harder because I find there's a lot of the ghosts have been asking for my life force just so that they can stay tethered to this realm. So I've been getting a little dizzy sometimes, but it's okay. It's worth it. I just want to help,
Well, all right. Well, I appreciate that. I'll just drink this tea that I brought for both of us.
Great.
And Todd begins drinking both of the teas, and then he immediately petrifies, turning into stone.
Tom? Oh, can I do an occult check, please?
You can do an occult check. Let's roll a d20 plus a 1d6.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's a 23. Yes, he has been poisoned and is now petrified. He requires an anti-poison to reverse the effects.
Try to run the first election in a city and someone always wants to ruin it. Gosh, Tom is a great candidate, and I know he can do a lot for the undead in this city. So what I'm gonna do is I will cast Phantom Image of Tom, to make it seem like he's all good and do his smile wave thing. Hopefully buy me some time so I can get this antidote.
All right. Yes, that's going to be an Arcana check.
With my wand.
Yes, with your wand. So that's 1d20 plus 2d6. The better you roll, the more convincing the illusion will be. 26. Yes, you managed to create an exact illusory duplicate, a figment of Todd. Hey, it's me, the figment of Todd.
Okay, figment of Todd, you're just Todd.
It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
You are Todd. When you introduce yourself to people, you're gonna say, "Hi, I'm Todd." Okay.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm definitely corporeal. I'm not a collection of light and reflections and shadow magic.
No, just cut it. Reel it back in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Todd.
Great. And all you gotta do right now, Todd,
Yeah.
is you're gonna walk around town and you're just gonna smile and wave at people and say, "Vote for me." Okay?
Oh, I can do that. Vote for me.
That's all I want you to say. Don't say
And then the figure
anything
walks
else.
through the catacomb, the tomb door, because he doesn't quite understand how physical things work.
Sure.
And you can hear him like, "Oh, hello, vote for me. I'm definitely not a figment."
It's about minimalism. Just gotta keep it down. Okay. It's
All
fine,
right,
it's fine.
Mildreth, you have been thrown a plot twist. So we are going to shake things up. The original quest was going to be an infiltration quest, but now we have a new quest. The infiltration quest is over. The new quest is an escape quest, because as you are looking over the teacup which contained the potion transforming original Todd into a petrified stone skeleton, you see there is in fact a note. If you are reading this, troublesome human, this is the last thing you will ever read before you are petrified. It is us, the 3 remaining council members of the Wraith Ruling Council, that you banished so viciously to the negative energy plane. Please continue reading in the second glass.
I will look at the second glass.
All right, looking at the second glass. As we were saying, we have freed ourselves without any help from others. And now we are set to destroy you. We have summoned an army of mindless ghouls to reach through this city and destroy anyone living or partially living, as well as those foolish undead who believe in democracy.
Just everyone. They're going after everyone. Okay, great. Well, good thing Todd took care of that, because Todd I can fix. I can't fix me if I'm already a stone. So, gosh. Okay, we gotta get some antidote for Todd. We've got to take care of this wraith problem, and we've got to get our pamphlets out before 6 p.m. or else we're gonna hit the cutoff time for when we're allowed to promote our elections before the actual polling starts. So it's a really busy day. Gosh, being an activist is hard. Okay, well, delegate. I would like to summon an army of ghosts, please.
All right. That is your class feature. So let's roll a d20.
Thank you.
19. A tiny ghost army of ghost gnomes appear. Hello, we're the ghost gnome army.
Gnome Army, I implore you to help me today. We are on a mission of representation for the undead, and it's so very important that we get our message out. And I start handing out all of our pamphlets to promote Todd. Okay, great. If you could just make sure that one of these gets under every single doorway in town, that would be amazing, because I've got to go do some other stuff to take care of some multiple problems. But you guys got this, right?
Oh, we got it.
All right, and then be at the rally at 6 p.m.
We'll be at the rally at 6 p.m.
Excellent. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah.
All right, Mildreth, you quickly make your way out of the tomb. Looking around, you see that there are a ton of ghouls running around the tomb hallways of Neo Necropolis. They seem to have eyes glazed over with black energy, indicating that they are controlled by the Wraith Ruling Council. You quickly duck away, thinking about exactly how you're going to find the anti-venom necessary to free Todd, when you bump into a tall elven woman with very pale skin and red eyes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry. So, God.
You look alive. Are you alive?
You don't look alive. Are you alive?
Yes. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Me, sort of.
Okay, that's
great. Good
in
talk.
this town. That works.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Are you okay? You seem a little frazzled.
I was just being chased by constituents. I don't know what was happening. There was a lot of them.
It's election season. Things are a little bit hairy.
Okay, I understand. I'm holding up the swinging amulet. I have this.
Have you seen some wraiths That's their amulet. Did you?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I'm having a little bit of a wraith problem right now.
Wraiths? Oh,
Know anything about that?
I've never met a wraith in my life.
Oh, that's fortunate for you. They're not pleasant. Could I have that amulet, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Let me pick it up. I'm so sorry. It's dusty now. It's great. It has bone dust on it.
Mildreth, as you touch the amulet, you hear the screams of the portal that is open to the negative plane of energy. You can definitely tell that this is where the wraiths burst out of, escaping their prison that you had placed them in.
Yep, 100%. It's all sticky with wraith energy. Gosh.
I thought that was onions.
Oh, it does smell like onions. It's not a bad guess. I get that. Right. So, I mean, you had this amulet, right?
I did. Yes, I found it on the ground, already broken.
Oh, okay. So you found it like this. That's how you found it.
I did.
Gotcha. Well, since you're here, do you think that maybe you could, help me out just a little bit with these wraiths?
You know what? Sure. I came here for the immaculate vibes, and I'm not feeling immaculate or vibing, so maybe this will help.
There's a party later, I promise.
Oh, I love that. I love people. Socializing is my favorite. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a summon ghost spell so that we can hopefully triangulate the location of these wraiths, because I gotta take care of them real quick, because honestly, if you let people vote for them, they will vote for them.
I have the weirdest feeling. I heard the screams of the damned northward. It's a crazy guess. Super, super wacky.
That's not a guess. It's based on evidence. You observed this?
I sure did hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's more information than I have to go on. So yeah. What's your name? I'm sorry, I'm Mildreth.
Oh, hi, Mildred. My name is Vasilia, but you can call me Vas because that's a mouthful.
Fantastic, Vas.
Yes.
It's a hectic day, Have you ever been a campaign manager? It's a lot.
I can't say I have. Politics disgust me.
Okay, sure. It's just really important, for representation. And all.
The two of you begin making your way north towards those blood-curdling screams. Meanwhile, Bubbles and Bonebreaker find themselves deep in the plains of blood. Looking out, you can see there are entrances to many tombs. Looking around, and you see a sign, a freshly made sign that says, "Welcome to Neo Necropolis. Enter at any of the tomb entrances if you are undead. If living, we highly recommend that you do not do so. However, you are not in immediate danger. Take this as a warning."
Okay. Hey, BB, which is what I have started calling Bonebreaker.
Of course.
How alive are you, would you say?
I am an eternal. I am a composition of the very essence of domination and treachery. I am not alive nor dead. I serve only the will of my sire and you, my master, and the occasional compulsion to devour apples.
Work. Okay, so hear me out, BB.
Yes.
We can't go in there. Well, I can't go in there because I'm alive. Or
Very
I
true.
could, but it's at my own risk. I'm thinking if I lie down on your back
Yes.
and I cover myself in like a saddle blanket, that maybe the gates or whatever magic just won't notice me.
Very clever deception, master.
Okay,
I
sweet.
approve of this subterfuge.
And I give him a little kiss on the head. You're the best, BB. Let's do it.
Let's do it, boss.
All right, the two of you initiate this plan. You quickly throw a cloak over yourself and huddle down very close to the saddle. This is going to be a charisma check. So we'll just have a D20 and we'll set this one at 12. $17. Yes, you are completely hidden as BB begins trotting down the stairs at the entrance of one of the tombs into the catacombs. You are immediately greeted by a bunch of ghouls with glowing black eyes. They hiss and snarl with their mangled teeth and their claws scraping against the floor. But BB communicates with them in a language you do not understand. The ghouls quickly run away, and they come back with 3 wraiths, shadowy figures cloaked in darkness. You can see just the faintest skeletal image beneath their cloaks.
We are the rulers of this catacomb. Why are you here, agent of tyranny?
Oh, are you talking to me? Or
Yes,
are you talking to my
Nightmare, we are talking to you.
Okay, I just listen. My horse is very handsome, and he's also an agent of tyranny. So sometimes people want to talk to him. I'm stroking his mane. So I came here because I didn't want to do dirty dish duty at the Broken Tankard. So I'm trying to get something for my bartender. You guys know where the pickles are in this town?
The Death Pickles.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. So you do know them.
Of course, they are one of our main exports. Very well.
The 3 wraiths talk to each other.
We require something from you. In exchange, we will give you the Death Pickles.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Our ghouls have been unable to locate 2 infiltrators into our dominion.
Okay.
They have violated our laws and must be punished. Help us accomplish this, Nightmare, and we will give you your Death Pickles.
Okay, easy enough. Any description, any idea where they are? Do you know if they're dead
is
or
the
alive?
core necromancer, and the other is like a posh Dhampir woman.
Can I do an intelligence check to see if my dumbass knows that cottagecore necromancer is one of my best friends, Mildreth?
Of course. Let's roll a D20. Let's roll a D20. We'll set this check at 16. 3.
That is on brand.
No, but you are very interested to meet these 2 lovely sounding people.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna ride towards wherever it looks like the most buildings and people are.
All right. That is going to be an animal handling check. Let's roll a D20 plus 1d6. $21. Yes, you quickly make your way to the center of the necropolis, which is a thriving undead community. There are lots of shops set up. The hustle and bustle of undead life is all around you. And immediately Bonebreaker becomes overwhelmed and goes to a cart full of rotting apples and just begins going to town on these.
Can he actually eat the rotting apples?
No, he cannot. He immediately begins vomiting them. But he can't.
I cannot help myself, master. These are so delicious.
I mean,
and people begin to make blood. The undead begin making blood-curdling screams as Bonebreaker begins vomiting up hellfire and ash and apple core chunks all over the place. This is the blood-curdling screams that Vaz and Mildreth have been following, and you two arrive at the far end of the town just in time to see this, as we have just summoned a big, bad, evil monster! Thank you very much, audience. You've just sent a big, bad, evil monster our way. And you know what? Let's throw this one from the center of the market. The pavement bursts open. All the cobblestones go flying everywhere. Bones and like a skeleton just explodes. He's like, "Ah, no! It'll take me forever to put myself back together." As he tumbles down, Bubbles, you are thrown from BB as he continues to gorge himself on apples. As a large serpentine head rises from the center of this hole that has just been made. You see a claw follow behind it as a second serpentine head emerges, and then finally a third serpentine head, because we have summoned a Hydra, big bad evil monster, and it is here to kick the ever-living shit out of you. It looks and it goes, "We will not be subjugated anymore," and it begins spitting acid all over the place. Let's roll a d6. Oh, the acid flies, hitting innocent bystanders, striking shops and things like that, but missing all three of you. That would make it Vaz's turn. Vaz, you're first. What would you like to do against this big bad evil monster?
Mildreth, is that our problem?
Yes.
Oh, shit, okay. I suppose I'll just go ahead and try and hack at it.
All right, let's go ahead and try and hack at it. How are you going to do that?
Well, I would absolutely adore to see if I could go ahead and sneak up on it first.
Okay, yes. You can use your sneak attack. That's going to be a D20, and you're trying to beat 12. If you successfully pull that off, you will be stealthed, and you can perform a sneak attack.
I have stealth proficiency and an additional D6 due to cloak and dagger.
You don't get those applied to this check. They apply only after the fact.
Okay.
All right, so we're just taking a chance. 7. You rolled a 7. You can use your EP to bump it up.
I'll use my EP to bump that one up.
All right, let's burn some EP. It's going to cost you 4 EP, but you can make it a success. And now you are successfully hidden. You sneak up to the Hydra and perform a sneak attack on it. That is a free power attack with an additional 1d6, as well as an additional 1d6 from your epic weapon. So that's 5d6 that we're going to roll on this. $17. Ooh, a devastating blow to the Hydra. You jump and stab at its center head with your daggers, slicing through it. Its center head collapses down and drops back down into this hole, blood gushing all over the place. The other two heads hiss and snarl at you. That would make it the Hydra's turn. The Hydra's going to roll another d6.
We're good, right? We're good. We're chill. We're good. No hard feelings.
Oh, that's a 6. That's going to hit everybody, and by a good number. All right, Bubbles, that beat you by 4. So will that beat both you and Vasilia by 4? So that means you can take a lot of damage or have something really bad happen.
I'm taking the damage.
All right. Yes, you take 6 points of damage as the two Hydra heads spray acid at you. Vasilia, you will also take the 6 points of damage, or you can have something really bad happen to you.
I'll take the damage. I deserve this. We're decidedly not chill.
Sounds good. You also take 6 points of damage as you are just covered in a torrent of acid that burns your skin and burns your clothes as well. All right. That would make it Bubbles' turn.
So this bitch just sprayed acid all over the cardigan that I just finished knitting.
Yes.
And I was working on it for a long time. It's a really complicated pattern. So I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's lose your
use
shit. Let's roll that
my
d20 and a
berserker-
d6.
My
Or, I'm sorry,
berserker
just the
rage, I'm
D20.
gonna take my knitting needles and I'm going to run and try to do like a jump straight towards its back and get it like right behind the necks. Like
All right.
pinching a pressure point with the needles.
I love it. Yes.
I know about nature.
Yes, you begin to hulk out in rage. As you do that, you slam your knitting needles into it. Let's roll that d20. Yes. The knitting needles dig deep into the Hydra's left head, and you begin spinning around furiously until you've created just like a severing effect, like a saw. The head topples down. You then pick it up and you begin wailing the other head with the remaining living head with the dead head that you just ripped off of it. It's like, knock it off. That's really lame. Stop it. But now it's the Hydra's turn again. Let's roll a d6. All right. That still hits everybody. Again, that hits you. That hits Mildreth. That hits you by 2. So you can take a little bit of damage or have something kind of bad happen. And that hits you by 3, Vasilia and Bubbles. So you can take a fair amount of damage or have something bad happen.
Bad. Owen's bad. What happens is bad.
All right. Yes.
I'm gonna
Mildred-
also do that.
We're gonna have a bad mosh pit, I think. We're just gonna have a
All
big
right, so
party
you're all
of bad.
taking bad.
Yeah.
You're all taking bad. All right. The stumps where the 2 heads have just been cut off grow 4 more heads, and they all turn to you and begin spraying more acid all over the place. Vasilia and Bubbles, the acid doesn't hit you, but it hits the ground where you're standing, and all of you tumble down. The 2 of you tumble down into a lower, large cavern far beneath the catacombs, which you could clearly tell was the Hydra's lair. You can see the Hydra has climbed up the walls to get to this point. You can also see the 2 severed heads as you tumble down into the brackish water beneath. Mildreth, you also the ground beneath you also erodes, but you get caught. Like it catches the back of your top, and so you're just kind of hanging there as the Hydra leers down towards you.
Hi, my name is Mildred Milldew. What's your name?
Name. I was not given a name. I am.
Very exciting to pick your own name.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
go
am
for it.
very excited to pick my own name.
Take your time. There's no
and
rush.
that
It's an
name
important
shall
choice.
be Muffin.
Can we hear this?
No, you're down. You're
Damn it.
pretty far beyond.
Muffin, amazing Muffin. Gosh, is this voice in disguise? Is this a monstrosity/construct?
It is, in fact, a monstrosity. It is also your turn.
Yep, it's my turn. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna pull out my wand here, and I'm gonna do for our gearheads out there. I'm going to do a standard attack, which is naturally a 2d6. So we got an extra one on there because of my wand, so it'll be 3d6. And what I'm going to do is I am going to. Really sorry about this, Muffin, but I think it's necessary. I am going to summon the ghost of Muffin's father, who is going to tell him how disappointed he is and just emotionally damage him thoroughly.
All right, let's roll. 3d6. 5. All right. A small spectral serpent emerges from your wand, and then 2 other heads break off. They all have very pronounced bushy mustaches and are wearing horn-rimmed glasses.
Now you see here, when I laid that egg of which you hatched from, and you devoured my desiccating corpse to take over our lair, I did not expect you to make such a buffoon out of our family line. How dare you? You are nothing but a disappointment. You could have been a doctor, but now you're just some raving lunatic attacking undead and defenseless cottagecore goths. The Muffin kind of shakes his head tearfully. That's not cool, Dad. That would make it its turn. It's going to roll a d10. Oh, that's not good. It grabs you in its mouth and drops down to the brackish water beneath. It kind of tosses you into the water harmlessly, and the three of you kind of just sit in the water, and it's like, I thought my torment at the hands of those wraith bastards was enough, but you three are the absolute worst. And it opens its eyes, and all three of you have been petrified. As a radiant magic energy washes over you, all three of you turn to stone and begin sinking into the brackish water. That's right. We just had our first TPK in a long time, folks, as the three of them slowly descend into the darkness. However, the story's not over there. No, for the three of them awake a little while later, bound with black iron chains in a dank dungeon, as the three wraiths stand before you. Well, looky here.
You guys are some kind of freaks, aren't you?
Oh yes, big time. We're super duper freaky.
Super gross.
But we also believe in consent, and this is not that. You are enemies. You imprisoned us, and now you have to deal with the consequences.
You were fascist rulers of this state of people that did not agree to be ruled by you. So I think we were defending innocent unlife. Okay.
Wait, hold up.
Do you agree with this?
I mean, I totally accidentally set you free. So for the record, we're chill, yeah?
Yeah, I was like helping you.
Yeah.
I did exactly what you asked. I captured these two people. Look, here they are. They're for you. Can I have my pickles now?
Yeah.
The three confer.
Upon this preponderance of evidence, we may have overreacted.
They wave their hands, and the two binds on Vass and Bubbles release themselves.
Oh, nice.
Here is your jar of pickles, as well as a health potion from an audience member that we couldn't give you as you were in the middle of a fight. Thank you.
Wait, both for me?
If you want to keep them for yourself.
Well, yeah, totally. I grabbed them.
All right, thank you for that donation.
You and this interloper who has set us free are free to leave, never return, for we are about to win an election and then execute a traitorous element within our kingdom.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I love rigging elections. I'm like behind my back signaling to Mildreth to be like, just chill, like we're friends.
I thought we were friends.
Hey, so
I've never
weird
met this
question.
woman.
I met her today. Wild. I don't even know your name, my good sir.
Yeah.
Who are you?
All three of you.
Yeah.
They look around.
We are so old. Our mortal names are lost to us. But I am the crown. He is the orb, and he the scepter. We three were once four, the rulers of this domain, until this scurrilous strumpet, high on her
That's
own
harsh.
self-importance,
That's
cursed
harsh.
us to
Well, to be fair,
the
they met
negative
me on a
plane
bad
of
day.
reality, and then destroyed our brother, our leader, the throne.
That was kind of fun, and I'd do it again.
Oh, we will have fun with you soon enough. We will feed you to our imprisoned Hydra, along with that traitor, Todd the Lonely.
Hydra's a name, and it's Muffin.
Hydras don't have names. They're basically magical items with personalities.
This is the
Yeah.
problem with all of you guys. You want to dehumanize and delifeize everything, and but nobody gets to say, and you just want to control everything, and that's not fair.
Wow, that's so true, underling. Anyway, my wonderful friends here, Crown, Orb, Sept, let's talk. So as you see, this wonderful gentleman here got two things. I was wondering, since I got nothing and basically set you free, making all could I have her? Like ruler to ruler, as a ruler, talking to
You're a
rulers.
ruler.
Yeah, but I would never intrude upon your domain. Exactly. I have mad respect for you.
As a third party observer who is not a ruler, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, just I'll enslave her, make sure she doesn't like ruin your shit. Oh, I got you.
Look what a great slave that would be. Come on.
Exactly.
Can we
I
make
would be
some
a
deception
terrible
checks?
slave.
Very intriguing proposal. We were going to say that, given that you had intruded upon our domain, us letting you live was payment enough for you freeing us. But we are intrigued now.
What?
Instead of executing this prisoner directly, we would like to see you exercise your royal power by devouring this mortal.
Absolutely. Give me 2 seconds. I need to get my shakies out. It's been a while since I've done this. Just could you unchain her so I can unknon?
No, we will do this before all of those simple-minded rabble who once thought that they could be freed from our tyrannous yoke. We will do it at the debates. Come, we must make ourselves ready.
There's not going to be a debate if you don't unpetrify Tom. Who are you going to debate, huh?
There are other candidates.
Crown and or orb and or scepter. I just have a
Yes.
question. Can I go?
Of course.
Okay, it was so nice to meet you guys. I shake all three of their wraithy hands. I just my best friend, his name's Bonebreaker. I totally left him with some rotten apples, so I'm just gonna go check on him.
Oh,
It was so
the
nice to meet you.
nightmare. Your steed is also being held, as it committed several acts of theft, larceny, and public mayhem. It is to be banished back to the infernal plane.
What? Where is he? Where are you keeping him?
We don't have to tell you that.
What?
Because they don't know. They don't know where he is. Just admit it.
No, we totally know where he is. That is neither here nor there. You are free
If
to
you
go.
know where he is, prove it.
Damn. All right, come with us.
I'm
Bye,
gonna be here.
Bubbles.
I'm gonna watch the prisoner. All good. If I get peckish, I'm sorry. If I eat her early, happens.
You know it happens. It
It
happens.
happens.
So
All
I
right.
take the three out of the room.
Yes, you take the 3 out of the room. All right, let's follow Bubbles and the 3 Wraith Ruling Council members as they arrive at a second dungeon. They open the dungeon, and you can see this one has silver chains wrapped around BB, who thrashes against them.
I will be free of this. Oh, hello, Master. I
Maybe-
apologize.
I run up and hug him.
Ah,
So could you just, Crown Orb Scepter besties, could you just one more time explain to me why my precious baby cannot go free right now?
as we said, this dear diabolical entity has violated our laws and must be punished. That is true, Master. I must be punished.
Oh, no, don't say that, BB. Don't
I
say
am
that. You
lawful
deserve
evil.
more.
I must
Could
acknowledge the
you be a little
law.
more specific, Crown Orb Scepter, about what laws he was breaking?
Well, you can't just eat people's apples. That's not cool.
Oh, you don't actually know the guy, Farmer Sir, who grows those apples. They were all rotting. He had them out because he was using them for compost. BB here was doing Farmer Sir a huge solid, because I don't know if you know this, but horse poop, great fertilizer. So he was
All
taking
right. We're going to have to roll a charisma check to see if any of this is working. We'll set the check at 14. 16.
Well, that does sound like Farmer Sir. He
Yeah,
is a
I mean,
idiot.
I don't blame you. You guys are rulers. You don't need to know about the ins and outs of a lowly job like farming, orchard management. That's not your thing.
Ah, very well. In that case,
They wave their hands and the chains are dropped off of BB.
I am free once again.
I snuggle my baby boy.
It is good to be loved.
Okay. And I'm gonna mount him and we're gonna just get out of there for now.
All right. The three wraiths show you to the exit.
Yes, we have a debate to get ready for.
Yeah, oh my god. Good luck, guys. Break a you don't have
We
legs.
will destroy you. Take down that sign about humans are not in immediate danger.
And one of the ghouls tears down the sign and replaces it. Welcome to Old Necropolis. Undead rule. Living drool and will be eaten.
Cool, so good to see you. And we bounce.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the dungeon, Vaz and Mildreth, what are you two up to?
Okay, so we
Apparently
have
I'm
like
gonna get eaten.
two options. I could eat you. Not like actually. I could just be big and I could put you in my mouth and get us out of here so it just looked like I ate you. Or I could just pick I could just pick the locks on the shackles.
I'm having a lot of conflicting feelings right now. But yeah, pick the locks. I feel like that's probably the most efficient choice.
Sure, okay, rad, yeah.
I don't have a preference. That one's
You don't have a preference?
No, I mean, so you're not gonna bite me? That's not a thing that's gonna happen.
No.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, pick the locks.
All right, let's pick those locks. Let's roll a stealth check.
Okay. I have
All right,
an
1d20
added
plus
DC.
1d6. 16. Yes, the locks open and Mildred drops free to the ground. You grab your wand, which was placed on a table nearby you.
And my book, thank you very much. All right, I've learned a lot of new information, but honestly, none of it really matters. What we're gonna do is go take care of those wraiths. What do you say, Vas?
Sure, darling. Do you want to have fun?
Yeah, sure, what?
Okay, I'd like to use Vampower to turn into a giant bat.
All right. Yeah, let's roll a d20.
Let's see what happens.
15, you turn into a giant bat and gingerly fit Mildred into your mouth. Where would you like to go?
Where did I see the wraiths go to? Well, to Todd.
Yes.
There is Todd.
Let's go to Todd. You begin flying down the hallways and you see that all of the undead, the ghouls that are being compelled by the wraiths as well as the freed undead, are all gathered in the town center by the Hydra's hole where it emerged from. The Hydra is peering its now 5 heads, looking at everybody, keeping everybody in line, as it is also seems to be compelled by the Wraiths in some capacity. There are several candidates on a podium set up near this hole, this stage, where the petrified remains of Todd the Lonely, the 3 members of the Wraith Ruling Council, and Franklin, the Rune Skull, who has decided that he is also running, is there. He is in the middle of his speech. And I, for one, think, that this community needs to be more respectful to out-of-towners like myself. I came here just to visit, and the next thing I knew, I was compelled to serve these 3 wraithy bastards for 600 years. Not a big fan of that. So if I was mayor, that'd be my first change, is a different code of conduct for people coming and visiting. Also, we need more rune skulls.
Yeah, polite clapping.
Scree.
You perch yourself on a high corner, hidden from view. The Wraiths. Well, that was a very interesting argument. But now we will hear from Todd. Todd, what do you have to say on this matter?
I would like to use my occult ability to see if I can try to break the curse.
Well, you'll remember you still have that illusion of Todd, which runs up and goes, "Hey, that's not Todd. I'm Todd. I'm definitely a real Todd. That one's an illusion."
Yes, I created a statue of Todd to commemorate this great event.
Mildreth jumps out of Vaz's mouth as Vaz turns back into her elf form. All of the undead look up. It is a vampire! No, that is a dampire, which is like not a vampire. It doesn't matter. Anywho, it's Mildreth, the one who freed us last time. Yeah, it is, and I'm Todd, and I'm definitely not an illusion.
That's right, you guys. Todd's got some really important things to say, so everyone should listen to Todd.
Yeah, all right. Here, I'm just gonna. And he takes the note cards out of the petrified Todd's hands. All right, first, maybe we think about like decentralizing the undead bank. I feel like that would be a good place to start. Maybe more rights for all undead. Like let's just say you're a skeleton and you're like, maybe I want flesh. Let's get you some flesh. I think that's fair. Like I call that healthcare. That's what that one is. He begins flipping through. All
my little ghosty ghouls kind of are like cheering every time he says a thing to hype up the crowd.
Are cheering along. The Hydra gets fed up with this and bites the illusion of Todd, trying to pick him up, but realizing he's just an illusion. That's not a real boy.
See, they are so judgmental. They want to categorize people and undead as real or not real based on some imaginary metric that we could never possibly live or unlive up to. It's just, don't vote for them.
The Wraiths wave their hands and the illusion of Todd dissipates. No, I was developing feelings. Would you two like to come down here and die? What do you do?
I'm going to stay where I am. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. Vaz, what about you?
Do you know who my parents are? Do you know who I am?
No, clearly not. Just some poor little half-vampire in over her head and drunk with power. Kill them, Hydra!
And the Hydra charges and takes a bite at you. Let's roll a d6.
His name is
3. It successfully lands a bite against both of you. So Mildreth, it barely hits you, so it's going to do a tiny bit of damage, or something weird can happen.
I'd like
Vasilia,
to use my
it did
EP to just deflect it entirely.
Okay, use 2 EP to deflect it entirely.
Thank you.
Vasilia, you can have something kind of bad happen, or take a fair amount of damage.
I'll just take a fair amount of damage. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, it bites you for 4, and kind of
Ow.
pulls you down and throws you to the ground. That would make it Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what would you like to do?
Well, Vasilia's on the ground and she's not vibing too hard. I'm not gonna lie. So I would like to stab. And I would enjoy most of all if I could use Knack to attempt to rip its teeth out so it could no longer use it.
All right, yes. Let's use your Knack. Let's roll a d20. 14. You jump up, transforming again into a bat, landing in its mouth. You pull out your daggers and dig them into the fangs of the Hydra, of its main head. It begins spitting blood and trying to kick you out of its mouth with its tongue. Get out! Knock it off! It's lame!
I'll stop if you stop.
No, I'm not going to stop.
Well, then I'm not going to stop.
I refuse to stop.
I refuse to stop.
Follow you.
All right, that would make a Mildred's turn. Mildred, what do you do?
Gosh, gee, so many things I could do here. But I feel like this is just because I got an advantage here, so I'm going to use something that I don't use very often, but I feel like it's really necessary for this election to go off the way that it's supposed to. It's just everything's getting ruined, so I'm going to cast Rot on the Muffin. I'm Muffin. I'm gonna cast Rot on Muffin with a power attack with my wand. So that's 4.
4d6. Let's roll 4d6.
Should I succeed, he will get very, very sleepy and fall asleep.
15. Oh my gosh, yes. That was a powerful attack. All 5 of its heads kind of desiccate and become very, very sick and oozing. And he begins just like hacking and coughing and like. He seems to be just staggering on. Several of his heads have fallen back. Meanwhile, Bubbles, you are above all of this because the catacombs are underground, and so you've been slowly working your way up right to where you could remember where the town center was, and you now are right above it, and you can hear through the earth. You can hear the screams of Muffins, the Hydra. What would you like to do?
Hey, BB.
Yes.
You seem like the kind of person that could stomp the ground really hard and the ground would open up. Are you that kind of person?
I am indeed.
Could you do that? My friends are down there.
All right.
Let's roll an animal handling check. D20 plus 1d6. '21. Yes, BB begins pounding the earth with its hooves. Its hooves immediately burst into flame as it begins digging through the earth. The earth cracks open like a wound of some kind. And the 2 of you drop down, landing atop Muffin's head, crashing into Muffin.
Can I do one of those really cool 3-point landings?
Yes, you do one of those really cool 3-point landings. This is also going to count as a free power attack. So let's roll a...
in that case, I'm gonna do a really cool 3-point landing, but 2 of the points are my needles.
Ooh, I love it. All right, let's roll 3d6. '10, yes. You stab You stab Muffin in the head. He collapses down. Vasilia tumbles out of his mouth, holding one of his fangs. The poison from his fang is squirting all over the place. And the Hydra kind of drips down and falls back into the hole, and you can hear it splash into the brackish water. That would make it Mildred's turn. Mildred, what do you want to do?
I had a whole list of how this day was supposed to go. I'm just feeling really overwhelmed and nothing's going the way that it's supposed to. And it's just really important to me and the whole community. So I would like to animate undead and take one of the dead Hydra heads as my own minion to command and have it attack.
All right, very well. Let's roll a d20, and we'll add d6 to that for occult. You cast the spell. Necrotic energy shoots from your wand down into the hole, and suddenly a burst of undead bats fly up and begin flying around as 5 vampiric Hydra heads emerge, because it is no longer Muffin, it is Count Muffula.
Such a mess. I ruined everything. I'm terrible at being an activist.
That would make it Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what do you want to do?
I sit up from off of the ground where I've splatted. Oh shit, you're one of mine. I am Vasilia Cruentus, and you will answer to me.
I just am so gobsmacked because suddenly she's the hottest person I've ever seen.
Yes, you are our blood queen. What would you have us do?
Kill them.
The
Wraiths.
Please be more specific.
Do you
The
just want
Wraiths.
to kill everybody?
No, the Wraiths. Please kill the Wraiths. For me.
Oh, yes.
Let's roll a. This is going to be. What would this be? I think this would be an occult check on your part. So let's roll an occult check for you. D20 plus 1d6. 18. Yes. The 5 heads turn to the wraiths, and they spray it with acid. The 3 wraiths go no as they turn to stone. It then claws its way further out of its hole, revealing it's got bat wings now. And then it smashes the 3 wraiths. The stone petrified 3 wraiths just smashes them into dust, and then wipes the dust away.
I immediately run and hug Mildreth and make sure that she's okay now that I don't need to hide that I know her.
That
Yes,
was so
Mildred, you-
mean.
Yeah, are you good? They're gone now. They're not gonna hurt you.
No, I'm not. The damage is emotional. You know?
Yeah, I do know. That's really on brand for you.
Yeah. It's okay. I just how is Tom?
How is Tom?
How is Boys in the Sky? Can we get an update on Tom's situation?
Yes, Tom the zombie. He's seen better days. Some rocks have hit him. Todd, the lonely, he's fine. He's still petrified on the stage.
Okay, good.
Oh, we can turn him back if you had some non-vampiric Hydra blood. That would be an anti-venom and reverse the curse placed upon him.
I've got
Oh,
some
you mean like
teeth.
you mean like the blood all over this entire area?
You look around and the entire area is completely immaculate, as all of the undead have just been like going to town, licking all that blood up. We can't help ourselves.
It's okay.
I
I have
cast
teeth.
make ill, and I caused one of them to vomit up the blood very quickly. Goodness. Sorry, it's just really important that our elections go off without a hitch, you know, or else everyone's gonna question them, and we can't have that.
Franklin, the rune skull.
Well, hey, I'm not from here, and I got a pretty good feeling I'm not going to win this election. So I'm just going to say, the vampire queen's got a big old fang that's got blood and venom dripping out of it.
I've got teeps over here.
I get that she's like the new member of your party, so like your dynamic isn't really settled, but I feel like maybe she's got a solution to this problem.
I do. I have a teeth. I have a singular tooth.
Yeah.
I suppose. Do you know how to use this, Mildreth? I don't.
Yeah, no, I
here tradesies. Yeah,
sure.
Mildred, you take the fang and you touch Todd with it, and Todd returns back to his skeletal form. Whoa!
Hey, time to give that speech. Are you ready?
Yes.
Great.
You know,
Good.
BB and I sit cross-legged in the front row.
I could experience everything that was going on around me, and I think that the resource management that Franklin demonstrated shows that he should be the mayor of this town. So I'm stepping down from running. I'm conceding the election to the only other candidate, Franklin the Rune Skull. All of the undead cheer. Yeah!
Everyone seems happy with this.
Well, you know what? Thanks, guys. You're just so cool. I'd hug you if I had arms, but I'm just a skull covered in runes.
You're great.
Franklin, we're going to hold you to your campaign statements. I hope you know that. Just because you won by default doesn't mean that you couldn't be de-seated in the next election, all right?
Yeah, well, I totally believe in democracy. I say we got all of it. My first act is to say, all of you ghouls that were working for the Wraiths, you're all pardoned, because it wasn't because of you. You were enchanted by those stupid Wraiths.
And all the ghouls go,
yay! My second act is I'm gonna appoint that big ass Hydra vampire.
He has a name.
Count Neofila. I'm gonna appoint him as my Secretary of State. He's and the Secretary of the Interior, and the Secretary of War, and the Secretary of Housing, and the last one will be my Vice President.
Nice! Oh my God, Count Mafula.
Your father would be so proud.
Congratulations.
I finally feel like my father would be proud of my accomplishments.
He would.
But more importantly, Count Mafula, you should be proud.
I would hug you, but I'm so large, I'm pretty sure I would crush you.
You would, but that is so nice. I give him a little pet.
Yeah, and it's me, Franklin, again. As my last first act is as president of Neo Necropolis, I'm going to say today is National Cool Adventurer Day, where everyone's going to have Death Pickles and all the rotten apples they can eat. Woo!
Yes, if you would like to, there's a cool adventuring guild that Bubbles and I are part of, and we would be honored to have you. You can put us in your mouth anytime. I mean, you can join us anytime.
Of course, yeah, right. I mean, I'd be honored to join. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I pull Mildreth aside. I'm like, she's joining? Like now?
She's really pretty and nice. Please.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? I don't know how to talk to girls.
It's okay, neither do I. But if she's around, maybe we'll get better at it.
Okay.
And she's like crazy powerful and like a queen of the blood or something. So I think it's good to have her on our side.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonebreaker trots up holding an apple in his mouth.
My baby. How are you?
I will speak to this woman on your behalf.
And it begins trotting towards Vasilia.
You,
Me?
infernal undead monstrosity.
Yeah.
You have been selected to be the bride of
What?
my
No!
master.
No!
Vomiting apples everywhere.
Can I roll an athletics?
We
Can
don't
I
want to
roll
put any
an
pressure on
athletics
her.
check to like jump on him and cover his mouth?
Will Bubbles be able to cover BB's mouth in time?
Will Mildreth ever find herself inside Vasilia's mouth again? And will Vasilia, I don't know, enjoy the vibes of the cool adventurers? These mysteries and more to be solved next time. And Hazards and Hijinks! Wowie wow, what a great episode! We had everything. We had Hydras, we had Wraiths, we had ghouls, we had ghosts, we had goblins, we had nightmares. Woo! We had everything. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. We, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of all of you. We have easily raised more than $125 for the Trevor Project. That is to provide suicide prevention hotlines to LGBTQIA teens. That is a extremely worthy cause. We are so happy to be doing this again. Thank you so much for playing with us. Thank you so much for donating. You can still donate if you want. We will apply those hazards and hijinks to our next show. And all of those donations will still go to the Trevor Project if you want to do that now. And we will give you a special thank you on like Twitter or Instagram or something. Speaking of Twitter and Instagram, we have a Twitter and Instagram. You should go check them out. You should follow us because that's how you get to vote to find out what monsters, what quests, what themes, what randomness is going to happen in our show. We also have a Patreon. You should check that out if you like Patreons or whatever. Lastly, be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on here on all of our streaming platforms so that we can continue to take over the tabletop role-playing community one adventure at a time. Thank you so very much. Happy Pride, everyone. And let's end the show as we always do with a hearty huzzah. 3, 2, 1. Huzzah! It's just cause I'm a vampire. It's raised by a cottage core goth, and she is my mother.
You don't listen to me.
Happy cool adventurer day.
Beautiful singing voice. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of the progress you
The
made.
painter, he's made a portrait of Bubbles. It's very nice.
It's very expressionist. You got the vibe. That's the thing.
We didn't get Vasilia anything as she's not officially a member yet. She still needs to sign the charter from what we understand.
Yep.
Sure. My crippling anxiety is more than enough.
Sure. I mean,
I mean,
really
this is
easy.
kind of all your fault.
Mhm.
But in the end, it worked out. So, we'll call it square.
Yeah.
I make the problems, I solve the problems, it's a net zero.
What's more D&D than that? Or H&H?
Yeah.
What is
Sorry.
more than that?
Did nothing.
What have you done?
Oh no! We can't mention that! We'll have the Wizards of the Coast on us!
Please, the branding. The branding.
Not the northern coast. It's where blood.
Goodbye. Who we raiding? Let's go raid.
Let's go raid.
Let's
Like
go
in a
raid.
nice, fun, lighthearted sort of way.
Yep, we're gonna go raid. Let's go raid.
What?
Let's go raid.
It's really
We're
violent
raiding?
language, honestly.
Yeah,
I
we're
feel
raiding.
We're raiding? Oh my god, I need to boot up FF. 1 second. Which raid? Like P1S?
What?
I'm making a Final Fantasy joke.
That's up to our stream, our stream familiar. Hill. All right, let's do total party chill.
We're coming for you.
I don't know what's happening.
We're dropping off our children at the day camp, and we'll get them
Yeah.
later.
Say goodbye. All right, Dork Tales, go!
Go and be kind,
Yeah, let's go
welcoming,
check out Dork Tales.
and supportive.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're off?
Bye, everybody.